I don't think it would be crazy to say at all that Dragon Ball Legends right now is kind of at rock bottom. And if you don't remember what rock bottom looks like from the SpongeBob episode, it's a dark, gloomy, weird place filled with weird sea creatures. Not a place you want to be. But in all seriousness, Dragon Ball Legends is not in a good place right now. You can see it with views on YouTube. A lot of the top players just aren't playing. And a lot of people are upset and angry, and that's never what you want with a game. So, what are the problems? Well, one thing I see a lot of the time is the Dokkan and Legends debate. Which is better, Dokkan or Legends? What is superior? And a lot of people judge their opinion based on which game they get luckier in. You know, if they're luckier in Dokkan than Legends, Dokkan's better, and vice versa. So that's a pretty stupid way of, deciding which one is better based on your luck. I mean, I understand if you like to play Dokkan better because you're luckier in it, or, Legends, either one, yeah, that makes sense. That's perfectly fine. Playing the game that rewards you better, I understand that completely. But saying that, one game is better than the other just because of your luck, now that I don't agree with. Dokkan also, a lot of people forget, I guess, is in year 5. This is their 5th anniversary, according to Legends, who just had their 2nd. And from a thread I read here on the subreddit, which I'll link down below so you guys can check it out too if you want, and then stuff I've seen just from Twitter, in Discord, all over the place, Dokkan was not as great as it was now, back in year 2, that Legends is in. And that's important because Dokkan has turned it around. From what I've read, because I didn't play Dokkan then, I don't even really play Dokkan now, it was not a great place, and it was not a great game. There were a ton of issues. Summon rates were horrible. Stones, you just couldn't get them. There wasn't as much content as there is, but they've turned it around. And now both games are made by Bandai Namco, of course, and so you'd think maybe that Legends has this advantage then starting off because same company, both Dragon Ball, take what you learn there and put it there, but that doesn't quite seem to be the case. Now, Legends, I'd say, does, some things okay. Would it be better to earn more CC than you do? Always. It would always be better to have more CC. Just like in life, it would always be better to have more money. But I do think they need to improve how much CC you make for free-to-play, but I'll explain how they'll do that in a later portion. But they need to, the biggest problem, I suppose, is PvP. And what a lot of people have a problem with right now especially is the meta, being the Vegito Blue meta. And Vegito Blue is something. This man just goes and goes and goes. His combos seem like they never end, to be honest. And I get it, especially if you didn't pull Vegito Blue. That's gotta be horrible. That's just like getting salt rubbed in the wounds over and over and over. Oh, you didn't get him? Well, here, face him and watch him destroy your team. Like, I get it, that would suck a lot. So I understand that, but in these type of games, gacha style games, there's normally a meta where one or a few teams is at the top. And right now, there's technically 3 teams at the top, I'd say. All our teams that involve Vegito Blue, of course, but they are Fusions, Future, and God Key. Although Future and God Key can be the same exact team sometimes. So, but these games kind of lend themselves to have this happen. Fighters and Smash Bros. Are 2 very popular fighting games, but they're not like this. They're not gacha style games. Yes, there's, DLC and stuff you can buy to get the new characters, but it's not like summoning to get Vegito Blue or whatever. You're guaranteed those characters when you buy that DLC. And in those games, yeah, there are characters whose kits are better than others, but normally in those games, there's no one that's built to just decimate everyone else. And if there is, they adjust the character accordingly, since they want a lot of parity in the game and people to be able to use just about any character and win. Well, in these games, it's not like that. especially since they no longer buff old units. It's a Zenkai thing now, which we'll talk about in a moment here. But there's always going to be the newest, shiniest, brightest unit standing at the top. His team's destroying. That's just how these games work. And another game I played to kind of, it's a similar style game. It's not quite the same. But for those of you that don't know, FIFA, I'm sure you've all heard of FIFA. It's a game about soccer / football or whatever you call it in your part of the world. And you summon, you pull packs in that game to try and get the best players, like Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, super famous athletes, you know, who are very good at soccer, and they're obviously the best in the game. And when you get them, can you be beaten by people with lesser, you know, not as good players? Yeah, you can. Same thing in Legends. You could face someone who's using a VB and you're running a Broly team, and you can win. If you're more skilled, you can win with just about anyone. But just like in FIFA, pulling Ronaldo and Messi, which is even way more pay to play than Legends is and will ever be, but you get them, you're gonna win more because they're better. And Legends, at least, has changes to who's the top dog based on, you know, I'm sure when Gogeta Blue comes out, we'll be talking about Gogeta Blue being the best unit to use in PvP. But that's my point here, as I've said many times, is that's how these games work. There's going to be someone at the top. There's going to be someone that's the best. And will it be annoying for a while? Yeah, it will be. And will the team you love to run the most maybe not be in the meta at that time? Yeah, but they'll probably be in the meta later on. It's just kind of like one of those things. It comes and it goes. You just have to wait for a new unit to come for that team of yours, and then they'll shoot back up. And then after time, without any new units, they'll drop down, and then another unit, and they'll go back up. It's mountains and valleys, just like life. And another problem with the Vegito Blue, besides the whole being annoying, is he's seen as a pay-to-play because he's an LF, and LFs are the rarest to pull. Now, yes, are you more likely to get more Vegito Blues if you pay more money? Obviously, that's how the game works. But there are good units that are free to play, and Kid Ku is probably the number one. He's probably the second best unit in the game, or at least right up there on many people's lists. And he kind of shreds. Does Vegito Blue decimate him if you have a good enough Vegito Blue? Yep, 100%. But Kid Ku can also decimate Vegito Blue. And then there's the Trunks, who a lot of people have in their top 10 as well. So I don't say there's, you know, free to play is, you know, can't compete at all. I would say that's not true at all. I've seen free to play people pull more Vegito Blue stars than pay to play people, so it's also kind of luck involved too. So that whole thing, do they need to work on pay to play? Yeah, they need to give us more ways to get crystals, and to do that, which is our next problem, we need more content. We need more things to do in the game. Right now, we just have the Nappa event, the Turles event, the Ultra Space Time Rush, the normal version, and then the Champions version, and then the Zamasu Almighty Immortal God event, which will be going away in 3 days, or 2 days when this goes up. So many people have beaten that, so not much to play there. The Nappa event is an old event they brought back. So I think they've added a few new stages to battle, but otherwise, if you've beaten them all already, there's just the daily ones to regrind to earn more stuff to get more Nappa stars. So that a lot of people have done. The Turles event, once you complete like the trunk of the tree, the middle of it, the outside are all literally time gated to 1 per day. So that's just a 1 per day thing once you beat the main stock of the tree. The Ultra Space Time Rush, the normal one, is a weekly thing. Some people do it, some people don't. Maybe you skip it this week, do it another week. It's a weekly thing that happens all the time. Some people grind it, some people don't. It gets boring, I understand. Then there is the Champions version, which is just an extended version of the normal one. It's 30 battles. I would say I like the idea that they brought here, but they should make the rewards better. So the next time they bring it out, give more for those 30 battles. Like, they're just they get long in the tooth at the end. Especially since you can only use, you know, the characters one time every time. So yeah, make the rewards better just for that next time you do it. If you do bring it back, Legends, people would enjoy it more and you'd get more positive feedback on it. You don't have to give ridiculous like 10,000 CC. You don't have to do that, but just better than what it is now. But this comes to the problem of, you hear me saying a lot of these things people have done or waiting to do. And I guess you can also toss in co-op as something to do, but that gets so repetitive and boring. I'm happy cooler is a lot easier than sell, because with these, you just want them to be easier to get them done with, to get your 3 daily battles over with, but there's not a lot. And we already talked about PvP with, Vegito Blue. And so we need more events, and not just events that are, we grind and grind and grind and grind the same battle over and over and over, essentially, just like co-op. People, obviously this game is a fighting game, so everything you do in the game is going to be a fight. And so make the fights different, more exciting, challenging. Zamasu ladder event, it gets kind of boring. Spice up these. People like the challenge battles you do, like the challenge stages, such as the Zamasu one, level 51. Make battles that are challenging to people. Obviously include easier ones for more beginner or less intense players. Obviously you need those too. You got to think of everyone when making a game, not just the top of the top. You have to think of the average and just the people who like to come on every now and then. But make things that are there for everyone. So there's something to do for those guys that play all the time, something enjoyable. They can even just redo that would be fun if they've beaten all the rest that you've put out for the average or the lesser than. And that's what they need to work on, making more events and more characters. We just got Trunks and Goku. I enjoy using the Goku. He's Turles. Turles is fun too. But the Goku for some reason is just a lot more fun for me. But I feel like we need more. I feel like no one was hyped for Turles and Goku really. Like we saw him and we were like, oh, a new Turles, and the Goku we were like, another new Goku. Even though I enjoy using him more at this point, but it's you need to add more characters. There's so many Dragon Ball characters. You can add more new units on banners for people to pull. Just look at Dokkan. There's so many characters they have. The Legends hasn't even began to touch, like all the heroes, units and stuff. Some stuff that I've covered on the channel, as concept ideas for Legends, and just add more of them and more events. I'm sure they like to base the events around the units that are coming out, such as the Turles. Turles came out. You make more new units, you can make more events based around the new characters. Even if you have to make a couple ladder events at one time, because you can't think of any new ideas, which I'm sure people will get annoyed with. I'll probably get annoyed with, but it's better than having nothing at this point. So do that. Put out more units and make more ladder events for those new units. You're not gonna run out of ideas, and there's so many different ways you can make new characters. Like I'm sure we'll see a transforming Goku Black soon, where he goes from normal to Rose, and we have a normal Goku, 2 normal Goku Blacks, and Rose already. Like there's multiple ways in Dragon Ball to make the same character into multiple units. So I don't think worrying about running out is really something that should be thought of. But that's what people want. We want more events, more things to do, new events that challenge us, make us say, hey, this is cool. I have fun doing this. Not just, oh, I've battled Rose, Goku Black 50 times now. Yay, I got my 1000 CC. Nice. Like, people don't want that. So Legends, you need to fix that. In terms of the technical part of PvP, such as lag, never gonna get rid of all lag. I've never played any game that doesn't have some sort of lag, so that's, can they improve it? Yes. Will it ever go away forever? No, it just won't. It just won't. Even if you have good Wi-Fi, you lag sometimes. That's technology in the world. That's a bigger problem than Legends. And cheating, never get rid of that completely either. There will always be cheaters. There's cheaters in everything. Sports, games, business, everything you can name, there's a cheater in. So those, can they improve upon that? Yes, as well. But they'll always be there. You can't get rid of those. Nothing's perfect. Legends will never be perfect because nothing is. But I hope, this kind of echoed some of the complaints many people have. Maybe Legends, one of you there sees this somehow, and I'm sure it's nothing new. I haven't reinvented the wheel with this video, but I thought it was worth talking about since a lot of people have problems with Legends. And let me know what you guys think down below. What would be some cool new events that Legends maybe hasn't done that you would want to see? Let me know down below in the comments. And let me know what new units you'd want to see. I've asked this new units a bunch, and people, of course, always say Gogeta and UI, but let me know ideas you have for events and new units, that Legends should add, because they need more stuff to add. And I'm sure they're probably not out of ideas, but they need to turn it around. And I think with that update that improved the loading time and all that, that was a step in the right direction, but they need to continue on it and not stop, because Legends is not in a good place right now. But I think I've gone on about this long enough now. So if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Always appreciate it. Thank you for every 1,520 of you, or however many more it is by the time this video goes up. Thank you all. I do really appreciate it. And as always, I hope y'all are staying happy and healthy. I'll catch y'all tomorrow.